Hey guys, today's February 14th. It's a beautiful Saturday. And I wanted to give you guys a tip on how to help people around you while also being very fun and it feeling like you're almost not helping them at all. Because a lot of you guys, I'm sure, as you've started to take your life more seriously, you're doing your sports, you're doing the gym, you're doing well at your school, you're studying all the time, you're working on your business. I'm sure a lot of you guys are busier than you've ever been before because you really care about how every second of your time is spent. And that's a great thing. But one very common problem that I'm sure most of you guys have already experienced is that it kind of makes it hard to hang out with your friends. Because your friends, as much as you love them, unfortunately, they're not very motivated to change their life for the better. And they always invite you to do old things that aren't really good for you. They invite you to hop online to play video games with them. They invite you to come over and drink with them, watch some TV, watch some movies, right? They invite you to those old things. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are like, no, that's not how I want to spend my time. And if any of you guys have been listening to my lectures for a long time, you probably do what I do, which is whenever they invite you to something that's kind of a waste of time, you say no. And then you counter invite them to something that's worth their time and worth your time, such as the gym, because the gym's the easiest one. You can say, no, sorry, I'm really busy right now, but do you want to come with the gym with me tomorrow? Now, this might work for some of you guys who have quite motivated friends. But for most of you guys, I actually expect them to not accept your gym invite because it's too much work. It doesn't sound very fun. And this is why I wanted to make this lecture, because I want to give you guys something outside of the gym, which helps the people around you in a positive way, but also feels super fun and it doesn't even feel like work. For me, these are the things I tend to do for those type of people. Laser tag, paintball, go-karts, board games. Something like this. And I have a few rules for these things. The first thing is that I don't want it to just be me and them. I want it to be me and them and either a couple of strangers or more friends. So let's say get 4 friends together for a board game, or get me and a friend and we go to go-karts, or me and a friend and we go to laser tag. And I want you guys to understand why I choose these specific games. And I also want to mention to you guys why video games don't work. It's because, one, this has to be a game where there's problem solving and communication involved. There has to be a game where you're around people in person talking to them. And the most important thing, and the reason video games don't work, is because it has to be something that the person can't really do on their own. I want you guys all to completely abandon video games. Any of you guys who are over 16 years old or 17 years old, I'm letting you know now, video games, it is not worth the time you spend in them. They are too addicting. They're too big of dopamine traps. If your friends always want to play video games with you and you're like, man, I really miss playing games with my friend. It really helped us solve problems together. Just find either a board game or find something like laser tag, escape rooms, go-kart. Find something in person. And let me tell you guys why these things are actually beneficial for the people around you. One, it gets them moving, right? Most people, they sit in their house all day. Most people don't get very much done. I'm letting you guys know now, if you invite your friend out, let's say tomorrow on Sunday, to go do go-karts with you, that's probably going to be the first time he goes out the house that day, right? Because we're trying to help the laziest of your friends. The ones who have some level of work or some level of motivation, they'll head to the gym with you every single time you invite them. I want to give you guys a tip for the laziest of your friends. This is where you do go-karts. This is where you say, come to my house, we'll play a board game. I'll invite Bill and Jim as well, right? This is where you start to get people around you moving. This is where you get them to talk with other people in person, such as yourself and maybe strangers ideally. This is where you get them to interact and you get them to problem solve, you get them to communicate. And I'm telling you guys now, this is something that I don't think you will ever regret doing. Because that one time you played go-karts, while yes, I'm not saying it's going to help you in your business, while yes, I'm not saying it's going to really make you stronger, I do think it will teach you how to get good at something that you don't do very often. I do think it's a good activity. While it's not going to really proceed you with your goals, it will help bring your friends sort of along for the ride of self-improvement. It's kind of like the first step into self-improvement. And as you guys continue to do this with your laziest of friends, you might just start to notice that they start to come to the gym with you. So this is a little tip for me to you guys, and I can explain to you guys what this skill actually is. This skill is the ability to try to make self-improvement fun for people around you. And I do think it's a very important skill. I don't think this is going to make you rich. I don't think this is going to really make you strong. But I do believe for any of you guys who you're starting to feel quite lonely and you're trying to get your friends to go to the gym with you, or you're trying to get your friends to talk about money with you and they just won't do it, I want to give you this tip. Try some sort of in-person game with multiple people involved. Try to get your friends to come to one of those. Make it sound fun. Make it sound like a game. Don't even mention the word self-improvement. It shouldn't feel like work. It should feel like pure fun. And one word of warning. Do not do video games with this. You do not want to do an activity that someone can start to play and practice on their own at home. The problem with video games is not the fact that they're a game. The problem with video games is not the fact that they're a problem. The problem with video games is that they're too accessible, and I don't want you guys to be dragged into that, and I don't want you guys to drag other people into that too. So hopefully this whole lecture makes sense. And for your guys' assignment, it's going to be very simple. Tomorrow, it's a beautiful Sunday. All of you guys, I want you guys to go do one of these games with some of your friends. Think of your friends who you really like, and you're like, man, I like that guy. He's a really nice guy, but he never goes to the gym with me, and he's going down the wrong path. Go invite him to go-karts. Go invite him to laser tag. And look, if you guys really don't have any money and you're like, Luke, we can't afford to go do go-karts, or we don't have a go-kart place next to us, go buy some sort of board game that has 4 players. I don't know. Catan. I remember playing that like years ago. Buy a Catan board game. Play that with your friends. Invite them all to your house. Do something that's sociable, active, game, problem-solving, communicative. Do something around this. And try it once a week, try it once every 2 weeks, and see how it starts to affect your life. Because I think it's going to help your life, and most importantly, help the lives of those around you for the better. So tomorrow's a beautiful Sunday. Try this experiment, see how it goes. And in fact, I'd love if all of you guys came back and told me how it went.